Think of this. Most of us know of someone who works out every day, tracks his step, and calculates his calorie intake. Now, cut to 2 a.m. It is very likely that the same person is scrolling through a quick commerce app and ordering a tub of ice cream, a packet of chips, and a caffeinated drink. All of this delivered in just 10 minutes. Welcome to the paradox of Gen Z fitness culture. Gen Z is probably the most health conscious generation we have seen in a while. They are drinking less alcohol, giving up smoking, and lifting weights. Yet, at the same time, they are also the easiest target for quick commerce revolution that has made unhealthy choices more accessible than ever. This brings us to one crucial question. Is quick commerce making India unhealthy? A decade ago, if you had a midnight craving, what were your options? Maybe a pack of biscuits lying around the house, or if you had the energy, a walk to the nearest kirana store that shuts late, or a 24/7 supermarket. But today, you can get a pizza, peri-peri fries, energy drinks, and anything else that you want within minutes, without even stepping out of your bed. On one hand, Indian Gen Zs are among the least consumers of alcohol, with a 20% reduction compared to millennials. The smartwatch market in India is experiencing significant growth, with 2023 recording an impressive 50% year-on-year growth. Indian nutritional supplement market size is anticipated to reach USD 60.42 billion by 2030, expanding at a CAGR of 8% from 2024 to 2030. On the other hand, quick commerce sales surged by over 280% in 2 years. This is a mind-boggling contradiction, isn't it? Why is this problematic? Let's dive into some nuance. Earlier, grocery shopping and small errands required people to step out, walk, and engage in some level of movement. Now, everything is delivered at your doorstep, removing even these minimal forms of physical exercise. The convenience of quick commerce has impacted how we engage with physical activity. A sedentary lifestyle combined with easy access to unhealthy food is a dangerous combination. Experts are already warning us about rising obesity levels among young adults, and quick commerce is playing a role in accelerating this trend. That's not all. Quick commerce thrives on instant gratification. The moment you think of something, you can have it in minutes. This rewires how we handle impulse control. When you can get instant dopamine hits through fast deliveries, some age-old virtues that our grandparents valued, like patience and long-term planning, take a backseat. Over time, this makes people more prone to compulsive behavior, whether it's binge eating, overspending, or constantly seeking distractions. Psychologists warn that excessive reliance on instant gratification weakens our ability to delay pleasure, which is crucial in achieving our long-term goals in life. Put all of this aside. Let's talk about the issue of nutritional imbalance. When groceries are planned, people tend to buy a variety of ingredients, ensuring a balanced diet. Recall that bhaiya who has a vegetable cart on the street corner, who pushes you to buy a variety of veggies and even gives you free dhania. But when everything is available on impulse, the focus shifts towards convenience over nutrition. Many people end up relying on processed and ready-to-eat meals, which are high in preservatives, sodium, and unhealthy fats. Over time, this leads to nutritional deficiencies, weakened immunity, and an increased risk of diseases such as diabetes and hypertension. Frequent consumption of ultra-processed foods has been linked to gut health issues. The gut microbiome plays a critical role in digestion, regulation of our mood, and overall well-being. Poor dietary choices fueled by quick commerce can disrupt this very balance, leading to digestive issues, inflammation, and even mental health struggles. So the next time we fall sick or fatigued, maybe it's a good idea to blame the little icons on your phones. One critical question to ask is if this is all a demand and supply play. Here's the interesting part. Quick commerce isn't just catering to demand. It's creating demand. These are purchases that wouldn't have happened if the process wasn't so easy. The problem isn't that people are eating something unhealthy. We have all had something unhealthy at some point in time. The problem is that people who otherwise wouldn't have eaten something unhealthy are doing so now, just because it is very, very easy. Quick commerce is creating a sort of a reverse trend. The ease of accessing snacks and fast food through these services have led to increased consumption of unhealthy items and potentially undermines the health-related efforts of Gen Z. So, is quick commerce entirely bad? Not really. It has made life easier in many ways. Emergency medicines, fresh vegetables, and daily essentials are now accessible at all hours. It has created employment for thousands of gig workers. But the challenge is balance. Should quick commerce be regulated to prevent unhealthy consumer behavior? Should selling junk food late at night become more expensive? Should platforms be required to promote healthier alternatives more aggressively? One approach is what European countries are doing, which is placing restrictions of junk food advertising and promotions, especially the ones that target young consumers. But in India, where food delivery and quick commerce are still booming, such regulations are unlikely anytime soon. Another solution is consumer awareness. If Gen Z can bring down alcohol consumption and make fitness mainstream, it can also demand better food choices. We need to nudge people to realize that convenience comes at a cost. A generation that's willing to sweat it out in the gym is surely smart enough to understand that health gains aren't easy. At the end of the day, quick commerce is not disappearing. It's here to stay. But if we are not careful enough, it might make us the unhealthiest generation in history. This is Sampriti. See you in the next one.